And they say HTML lists allow web developers to group a set of related items in lists. For example, we have unordered list and we have ordered list. So if you check, there's a difference between this unordered and ordered. Unordered is listed with points, while ordered is listed numerically with numbers. So I'll just go directly to, let me go to VS Code so that I'll use it to explain it to you. So let's say, for example, you want to list some items. I'm going to clear this thing from the previous class. So let's say you want to list some items. Maybe you have a lot of things to list and you want to list them. Maybe you want to list them using dot, or you want to list them using numbers. So like I told you, on ordered list, all you need to do is just the UL is the parent element for listing items. Then inside the UL element, there's what we call list. This UL means unordered list. Then LI means list. You can see it. So let me write, okay, I'm going to create a header h1 element here, and I'm going to say, for example, things to buy in the market. Maybe I want to write it, I'm just using it as illustration. So things things my keyboard is giving me issue, to buy in the market. Okay, now let's say number one, I want to list them unorderly, like with point, without using numbers to list them, like numbering them. I want to do by point. So I'll just say the LI means list the items you want to list. So I just say maybe number one, milk. Number two, I'll do another list inside that same parent folder. I'll say bread. Okay, then I'll still another list. I'll say anything at all. So now let me go live. Now when I go live, we'll see what unordered list look like, just like you saw in that website. So just, I'm going live. Okay, it's loading, it's coming up. Okay, this is it. You can see it now. Things to buy, forget about just things to buy in the market, milk. You can see I listed it with point. This is for unordered list. So let's say maybe I want to list it with numbers. So all I need to do, I'll go back to my VS Code. Remember in our last class I taught you about comment. So I'm just going to comment these things out. Control and slash. I have commented them out. So I'm going to now use ordered list. For UL is unordered list. Then for OL is ordered list. That's how like you differentiate between ordered and unordered. OL ordered, UL unordered. So still you still maintain the LI, because LI means list. So you're going to list those things you still want to include in that your ordered or unordered list. So the first one, let's say I'm just going to copy these things instead of typing them again. I'm going to copy and I'll paste it inside here, so that instead of typing, and I'll save. When I save, I'll go back to my VS Code. You can see 1 2 3. Let me uncomment that one so that you see the difference. Let me uncomment it. I'm going to uncomment. When you want to uncomment, you see press Ctrl and slash again, and I save. So I'll go back to my VS Code. Can you see it? I have ordered here and unordered here. Ordered listing and unordered listing. Then there's another type called descriptive listing. Descriptive listing. That one, like, you just want to describe what you want to buy. Think. Let's say descriptive. This is it. So in that one, all you need to do is, I'm going to copy the example instead of typing, then I'll explain it for you. So I'm going to copy this, I'm going to paste it in my VS Code so that you see the difference. I'm going to paste and I will save. So for descriptive list, now you have to use DL to start it. It will now, the browser, we understand that what you are dealing with is descriptive list. Whenever I use DL as the parent element, when you use OL, it means ordered list. When you use UL, it means unordered list. So whichever one you want to use, once you use it in your VS Code, the browser will understand what you want to do. So for the descriptively, what the difference now between this ordered, unordered, and descriptive is that for your descriptive, maybe you want to buy something in the market, maybe you want to buy bread, then you write bread. You want to remember, I want to buy one particular kind of bread. Let's say I want to buy St. Philip bread. So all I need to do when I write the bread, under the bread now, I will say, okay, this is the kind of bread I want to buy. Then the second one, I write milk. This is the kind of milk. So you are describing your list. You are describing what you want to do. Do you understand? So let's see what happens here and how you can do it. The first one, the main thing you want to buy, which is DT, coffee. Then the other one is DD, describes what you want to buy. So let's go to VS Code and see what happens. So you can see it. We have the, okay, you see coffee. This one, it doesn't come with numbering, it doesn't come with dots, but with CSS you can make it either dots or you can list it as numbering depending on how you want it to be. But by default, this is how it comes. So the first thing on the list is coffee. So I want to buy a black hot drink. I have described my coffee. Then milk, a white cold drink. I have described it. So this is just the difference between ordered, unordered, and descriptive list whenever you want to use them in your code. So I think okay, this is just what you need to know about listing. So when you want to, okay, for example, now you can see in my screen here, you see HTML, you see CSS, you see JavaScript, you see SQL, you see Python, you see Java, you see PHP. Now these things, the list element was used to do this menu, like to develop this menu you are seeing. So when we get to CSS, or when we start doing practical example, we'll create a menu folder or a nav link like this. We'll use the list item, we'll use the list element to make it, and you see it. But we'll not be using descriptive. We'll just use unordered, because at the end of the day, we can, this dot you are seeing, this dot and 1 2 3 you are seeing, we can still remove it with CSS. So when you are doing your menu now, your nav bar, you don't need the dot, you don't need the numbering, you can just remove it with CSS. So I think that's what you need to know when it's come to ordered list. Now the next thing we are going to check is the block and inline element in the next video.